Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Love Adventure number 2 readings. The last time I did love readings was about 3 or 4 months ago. It was like back in June of this year. So it's time for an update. Now, these are timeless, of course, but love is such an amazing adventure into knowing who we really are. So we're going to jump in and see what's coming next in our adventure of love. If you want to check out the previous ones, I will throw a link to the playlist for the Love Adventure number 1 at the end. So if you want to go check those out, feel free to do so. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what is in store for you. All right, all my Aquarians, this is the love adventure for you for the next 3 months. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this Rumi Oracle. And we're just going to see what the Creator wants you to know overall for the 3-month period. So this can be the overall theme, the overall energies, just what the Creator wants you to know about these next 3 months coming up regarding love in your life. And as I mentioned in the intro, that doesn't have to be just romantic or intimate love. It can be friends, it can be family, it can be coworkers, even your relationships with all your fur babies and feather babies, all your animal companions. So it can touch any area of our lives. So, Creator, for our Aquarians, what would you like them to know about this the next 3 months for their love adventure? And you have the Passion for Purpose, card number 2. Beautiful imagery there. And let's see what message comes with that for you. And it's a little bit long here, and I'm going to read it. So it's going to be a little story time with Bretta Zen, but the ones I've read already, they're so beautiful and so perfect. It's definitely has been worth it every time. So I appreciate your patience as I read to you. And the first is a little kind of a quote from Rumi, or one of his sayings. It says, "Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing." I love that. And then a message, also this is from Rumi, says, "Do you yearn to find your way, to fulfill your divine destiny, to know the purpose for your presence within the sacred body of the Earth Mother? Your heart is questing for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred tasks for this lifetime. Your heart wants to know why you were born, for what purpose. You must know that the answer to these questions is love. I bring you your answer straight from the heart of the universe. Be wild within your passion. Do that which stirs your soul, even when it makes you uncomfortable, especially then. For what is being truly alive, if not a decision to be open instead of resistant, to be wild rather than comfortable, so that at any moment we will be ready for the invitation of the divine beloved to come closer. I call to you now, the you that is beyond your mind, the you that the heart knows, the you that cannot deny life. To that you, I ask this question: what stirs the passion of your nature? Do that. Be that." Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, definitely understanding that you are love, that everything you came here to do is to experience love, all the different sides of it, right? We have this world that we're full of unconditional love. It's like a giant fear amusement park of fearing losing love. What might it feel like if it's possible for us to lose love? But when you connect to your higher heart, your real heart, your spirit heart, of your higher self, you realize that we are all made of unconditional love, and the love that we have from the Creator cannot be lost. And so we come here and we express and we live and we see all the different sides of love from all these different viewpoints to understand it more deeply. And I feel like it's like, this is a rose quartz, which represents the energy of the high heart, but you can see, you get to see it from all different points of view. Whereas if before all you saw was that, you don't understand it as much as if you see it from all these viewpoints. I really love that analogy, and definitely searching for why are you here? What are you going to do? So very beautiful awarenesses are going to come over these 3 months. Okay, I'm going to read on. So it says, as we grow on the spiritual path, so does our ability to serve life, to serve love, to honor humanity, and to offer a contribution that is unique to us, that could only flow in this particular way through the quality of our own soul light. Every light holds its own beauty, and every light has a particular task to fulfill on this divine path of life. And I'm sorry, I'm going to come in again. I'm also Aquarian sun, so hello, Aquarian brothers and sisters. But we can definitely understand that, right? We know we love being unique, first of all. We don't like going with the blah, blah, blah norm. We're the world changers. We're the way changers. We love bringing in new, unique, odd ways of doing things. But we all have this beautiful, unique way of how we're going to share unconditional love with the world. And we do that not trying to regurgitate or duplicate what someone else is doing. We're getting deep within us to find out our passion, the passion for our purpose. What do I want to do? And then you go and you be that and you do that. And it says to help us remember this, lest we get too easily distracted by the pain and stress that happens in life, we were given an inbuilt reminder, and that reminder is our passion. We may think that passion is not particularly practical. We may feel fearful that with passion there are no guarantees of success, or that we may even be throwing away a stable and secure life to pursue our passion. These are the fears of many of modern society, yet they are oh so misplaced. Life supports all beings based on their true nature. The birds are given air in which to fly, and fish are given water in which to swim. Plants are given light of the open plains or darkness of the damp rainforest, depending on their needs for growth. Different flowers flourish in different environments. Bees have wings that are very small, but powerful enough to move with such speed and rotation that their heavy bodies can fly. Each aspect of creation is given what it requires, so it may become what it is meant to be, for its unique destiny to be fulfilled. Gosh, I love this. So it is with humanity. Each one of us has something in our hearts that means something to us. It is irrelevant whether it seems practical or a recipe for success or not. We are simply meant to be what we are, to serve life faithfully from a place of honoring the truth of our nature, that which we genuinely feel passionate about, and to allow for life to naturally support growth according to our genuine nature. Where we get into difficulty is not in bringing our genuine passions to life, for life supports this, but in learning to let go of attachments as to how that happens. We can struggle to free ourselves of the expectation we have to be something we're not. The divine path of love asks us to become conscious of and then unlearn the play acting of attempting to be a false self, so that we may learn to simply love and accept our real self. We may even have a struggle on our hands to remember who our real self actually is for a time. Fortunately, there is pleasure in the journey of returning to passion that can make the process of self-discovery a sweet one. Yeah, definitely, right? All those opinions and those should be's, the supposed to's, the have to be's, the need to be's that are fed to us throughout our lives on who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to do that and blah, 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 blah. You know, definitely the age of Aquarius is about changing all of that. And we are kind of the rebels of the zodiac sign when it comes to that, because we are like, you know, the old ways of doing things is old and bland and blah. And we want new and exciting things. And this connecting to this passion is what it's like when you wake up in the morning, if you don't have the passion, and I love that they mention passion as our reminder. We wake up and we're like, oh, I woke up again. Now off to work, work I go and all that stuff, and, doing everything I don't want to do, not being the real you, the real me. When you wake up, if you have no passion, then you're just existing, you're not living. But when you start to find the passion, the thing that you want to do, you wake up and you can't wait to get out of bed, can't wait to move on to the next thing, and just be and live that dream and live, not exist. Okay, back to here. You can tell I'm passionate about this. But we must be brave, even in the sweetness of that journey back to the real self. We must dare to believe that we are not broken, that we are not inadequate or better off to be like some other person or some other person's view of how they think we should be. Yeah, exactly. We must be brave enough not to believe in the layers of guilt and shame. We must be bold enough not to fear our passion. As we dive deep within and explore what really makes us tick, what makes us feel alive, we must be open, curious, and non-judgmental. That may be a subtle journey at first, and we may feel as though we are looking in the dark, wondering if we'll ever catch a glimpse of the light of passionate meaning we hope to find. But that passionate purpose may at first be barely recognizable amongst all the should, cannot, or must do of our lives. As we stay true to the path, however, that light will become unmistakably clear. Our passion will reveal itself to us as essential as our breath. We would feel as though we were not alive without it, like I was just saying. How could we have missed it all those years, perhaps all those lifetimes? It will seem so obvious then, burning so clear in our hearts, that it cannot be more obvious, that we simply must live this desire, this passion, this purpose, or else spiritually perish into a shriveled up shell of a person denying of life itself. No! That shall not be. Passion must and shall prevail. Almost done. I appreciate your patience. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You're being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. Your passion will reveal itself to you with more depth, nuance, and beauty than ever before. If parts of your life are dissembling or do not seem to be working out as you had planned, these are symptoms of this passionate revelation. Be curious and open to what presents itself in the wake of the falling away. Be ready for the journey within now. You are strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation while you learn to validate yourself. In time, soon enough, in fact, you shall reveal your innermost beauty and be witnessed and received, acknowledged for your innate value, your purpose, and divinity. But for now, sweet beloved, dive deep. Be defiant and determined to honor your heart so your deep passion may be witnessed by you and eventually, naturally, make its way into sacred expression into the world. If you've recently discovered a new talent or a purpose, or have been dreaming some big dreams, this oracle comes to you with guidance and confirmation. You are excited. Follow that excitement. Let it lead you into your own heart truth and onto an ever more passionate path of purposeful living. Boom. I love that. Wow. This is going to be an amazing 3 months for you, I think, for all of us. Just amazing clarification on what your passions are, and this transformation from existing to living, from humdrum to excitement. And so I love this for you. Beautiful, beautiful. We're also going to pull a card here from the Crystal Medicine Oracle. And this is just what message the Creator has for you on how you can move, make that move and make that transition and that transformation. What tool can help you get to that root, get to the heart of your soul. I love this, really getting in deep into knowing what it is that you want to share with the world, how you want to share that unconditional love that's within you with the world. So let me just shuffle these up here and let's see what... Okay, actually this one is the one that wants to talk to us, so we will let it. And you got transformation, dun dun dun, and you have the snake as the medicine, and then also the crystal is sheen obsidian, and card number 31. So let's put that here. And I know the snake, it's like, not the snake. But the snake is a beautiful part of transformation. Even like with Scorpios go through this amazing transformation of, they start off as a scorpion and then they move into the snake. And the snake is this beautiful animal spirit energy that sheds its skin as it grows and it transforms, and it keeps shedding its skin because it keeps on outgrowing the skin that it's in, becoming more and more and more and more. And so it's a beautiful thing. And then they actually move up into an eagle and then eventually a phoenix. So it's this beautiful transformative energy that comes with this. And don't worry, this isn't as long as that one here. Appreciate you letting me read to you. But wasn't it just totally worth it? Powerful, amazing, just right between the eyes. So this says you've drawn this card today to highlight you're currently in the process of a powerful transformation. This energy is available for you at this time to expand and awaken something in your life to a new level of understanding, existence, and consciousness. And this can include you. It's a great opportunity for you to let go of things that don't serve your highest good and delve into a deeper sense of yourself. And this, exactly what we were talking about, right? In these important times, life as you know it can be shaken up and you can be greatly challenged. Transformation is a huge part of personal growth and awakening, and it's not always comfortable. However, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the blessing. You're encouraged not to fight this process, but rather to allow it and surrender to its powerful medicine. Have you felt a deep stirring in your soul and that things don't seem the same? Have you been guided to look at some old beliefs and patterns that are no longer serving you? Are the ways you used to do things not working for you anymore? Are you in a state of chaos and not sure what's happening? Like the world? Have you been putting your energy into a new project and asking for guidance or sign that this is the right path? Is any of this you? If so, the universe has heard your prayers and transition is at hand. Instead of viewing this current time in your life as being frightening and negative, look at it as a powerful opportunity for positive change. It would be a great time for you to meditate and bring in some personal ritual that will inspire and keep you centered and balanced. Remember to seek assistance if things get too much for you, as there is a huge power in asking for help. You are birthing a deeper part of yourself, so let go and enjoy the ride. So perfect with this. You're finding your passions inside. You're finding the real you inside. And then the medicine of the snake, it says, the spirit of the snake has been understood by the ancients as a powerful medicine to assist in times of transformation and healing. When snake shows up in your life, it's a true blessing and a sign that your life is undergoing a metamorphosis on many levels. At this time, you can reveal the old ways of being and make room for the new aspects to come on in and integrate fully and deeply. Snakes dislocate their jaws and swallow life whole. They also completely shed their skins and birth into a whole new body. They can teach us the sacred wisdom and knowledge of this potent transformation of letting go. Snake medicine also teaches us not to run from the pain, but to embrace it and transform it into power. Snake allows you to connect to the trauma held within your body and offers an opportunity for deep healing to occur on an emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical levels. Snake is also a symbol of power and connection to the Kundalini and life force energy of the universe. So it's time to embrace the medicine of the snake. I am loving that. I mean, that is just so right in line with that first card there. And these are totally unrelated, different authors, different decks completely. But it's about, getting to the root, to this new you, to this passion inside, and not afraid. I love that, dislocating our jaws and just taking in the whole of this amazing new awareness that comes our way. Next, what we're going to look at, I've got these Love Oracle cards, and they're both the same deck, but these are I call it like the shadow side deck, and then we have the pink, which is the, like I mentioned, the rose quartz is the higher heart, and so that'll be the higher heart deck. And so this one we're going to put over here. This is going to represent the old ways, the old beliefs, the things that are no longer serving us, the pain that we've had that we're transforming into strength, the things that we're letting go that no longer serve us. So, of course, this is a general reading, so I'm not going to be able to cover it all. But so take what resonates with you and then leave the rest for others. Okay, Creator, what do you want our Aquarians to know about what we're leaving behind? What is no longer serving us? What are we transforming into, from pain into power? All right. So we've got the sword and the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. And what I love with this is, the rose represents, of course, love. And the sword here reminds me of the Ace of Swords in Tarot, which is about new knowledge, new belief. Like a sword is kind of, double-edged. It causes us pain. And in pain, and just had this like flash of the movie G.I. Jane where, they're in the surf and they're all like doing push-up things in the surf and the wave and, doing all this exercise or trying to exhaust them. And their sergeant says, do you feel pain? Good. Then that tells you that you're still alive. And I kind of feel that with this. Again, it comes to this passion, this feeling of, when we're experiencing all the pain of conditional love, the fears, what pricks our heart is that fear, when we feel that we might be unlovable, we might be unacceptable, we're going to get rejected. That pinch in our heart as we go into fight or flight is like the little knife. It like stabs and goes, aha! But that, those are, I always say, like, those feelings are flags that something can be looked at inside us. The same thing, this dead feeling, like we said, when we wake up and we have no passion, that can almost feel just as bad as, that fear, because we're just like, I'm lifeless, I'm numb, I just don't want to almost like, can I just die? I'm just tired of living this life because I'm not living. I just feel like I'm existing. And so all these emotions, I feel, is this beautiful, like the transformation is that though the sword cuts, the sword also gives us the ability to cut away those things that no longer serve us. And they definitely were for us. All our experiences are part of our growth. If we don't have those things that happen in our life, if we were just happy from the moment we're born until the moment we pass away, we would go to the other side and be like, here, I'm back again. And like, what'd you learn? Nothing, because we're happy on the other side too. But experiencing the opposites, all this pain and suffering, all those uncomfortable emotions that are rooted in fear, they show us who we are by experiencing who we're not. And so it's a beautiful, I just love this. It's very encompassing. It's like all pain works for us, but we have this power to transform it, like it mentioned, from pain into power. Yeah. Because these are the sunglasses. These are our viewpoints on how we see things. And because this is the side over here, I'm not going to... it talks about gaslighting and our perceptions and focusing out. But yeah, they're talking in very general terms here to capture a lot of our viewpoints on how we see things. Because I love the phrase, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so when we have all these opinions and we have all these, supposed to's and shoulds, so like all those expectations that talked about that we've taken on from as we're growing up. We didn't know any better. It's what we were taught from very young, as like, take on the tribe's ways of thinking in order to live, because you need the tribe to live when you're young. And then we just never stop keeping all those opinions as our own in life, because we aren't taught to question things once we're able to take care of ourselves as adults. So we just carry on all those opinions, and so we have all these perceptions of the world and how things, I call it the popular opinion on how things should be, or the popular emotion on how you're supposed to feel about something, right? And it doesn't need to be, especially like I said, being Aquarians, we're like, we don't like the popular opinion. I want the weird, unique opinion. And so this is all about changing our perceptions and understanding the awareness of that I have the power to choose what anything means to me. I'm the one that attaches a story to anything in my past. I'm the one that gets to change out my sunglasses to something else, to a different prescription, to see things differently. I had this flash of like a commercial of those special yellow sunglasses that you just see things, wow, I see things so differently and more clearly because of the lens is different. And I feel like these are the messages that are coming through for us here. And separation. So separation, again, is our... in here, there's that rose in the middle again. It says sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. And that is definitely, this experience that we come down here for is to feel what it might feel like to be separated. Because on the other side, we are so connected through unconditional love and that energy. We think, it's like you think what everyone else thinks. It's like almost you get to hear what people are thinking, you feel what people are feeling, and so there's no secret, there's no separation. It's like all these little drops in a sea, they're all part of the sea and they all feel everything together, and there's no separation. But to understand who we are, like I mentioned, a piece of us, and the brave piece of us says, okay, to be able to see and understand unity, I'm going to step away and pretend I'm separate so I can understand what it might feel like to be separate. Even though it's never detached from us, it's just veiled where it thinks it's alone, right? So it's almost like being put in one of those rooms where they question you, and it's just like a two-way mirror, right? All you see is the reflection of yourself, and it's like the mirrors are all around us. All we see is ourself reflected in the world, and we don't realize that people are just right on the other side, there with us and being there with us. And so we have this feeling like it's just me in this room and no one else is here, and they're like, yeah, we're right here. You hear the intercom, no, we're here, you're not alone. Oh, okay. That's that transformation we make. But this feeling of being alone, of being abandoned, being betrayed, all those things we come here to experience, and pretend what it might feel like. And it feels totally real because we're veiled, remembering that unity, that wholeness that we're a part of. We're veiled from remembering who we really are, because in our soul, when we attach to our higher self, we remember that we are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And when we remember that, there is nothing to fear. There's no fear of the future, because we realize, especially with our higher self, is outside of space and time. It knows everything, and then when you realize you're eternal, you're like, oh yeah, why do I fear the future? Because the future always will go on. When this adventure ends on, is this avatar, this human that we're being on this planet, we still go on to the next adventure, into the next, into the next. So separation is something we come here to experience, but something that definitely we transform as we connect to our inner self. Can't make it up. Here's passion for purpose, passion, right? And insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. But yeah, this really is what I was talking about with down below here, that this is like the fear of not being lovable and the fear of being abandoned and all those fears of those uncomfortable emotions. But this is about the, feeling numb, feeling no passion, like we talked about when you wake up and you're like, oh God, I didn't die in my sleep, darn it. It's like, it can get to that extreme, can't it? All right, and then I'm going to move our beautiful pink higher heart here that's full of the unconditional love of who we really are. And then once we go through this transformation, once we go through the shedding of the skin, and as we let go these things, then we're just going to see what the Creator wants us to know about. Then how do we experience life? How do we experience our passion? How do we experience, this love as it flows into us, fills us up, and flows out to the world? All right, Creator, what do you want our Aquarians to know? Okay, these two. And what else? Okay, and that one. Yep, cassette. Says outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So that's where we were before. And I love this because it's like the movie changes and you have a new playlist that you play, a new soundtrack for, the experiences that we're having. It's a whole new thing. It's like playing a soundtrack over here from a horror movie. And then over here is this fun comedy, joyful, because it's all full of this joy and this wonder and amazingness. So it becomes this, the weird sounds, that they play when something scary is about to happen. You're like, oh no. To, something that keeps you boom, boom, boom. And you're like, yeah. It's a very upbeat new soundtrack. So it's definitely you experiencing life in a different way. Yep. New shades, definitely here in the exact same spot on the other side. So you definitely see things from a whole new perspective, whole new clarity. And I love that, like one of these songs is, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. That's how you feel. You feel like this was like the dark night of the soul, and this is like the sun is rising. And so instead of having these goggles that you have to see in the dark, this is, you have to have shades to protect yourself because it's so bright. I love that. Yep. And you have a heart with a key. So welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. And this is really, you're connecting to the real heart. You're really, you found the key to get to your real heart, to your higher heart, not the human, heart that is pinched all the time with fight or flight. The heart that pretends it can be broken. This is the unlocking of love at a level you just haven't felt in this lifetime in your human form. And you're getting this beautiful flow that just flows into you, fills you up, and flows out. And this Kundalini energy is, very much, this beautiful connection, this fire that's been sitting within us. And as we connect to it and unlock it, it just fills us up and flows out of us. You definitely see your world in a whole different way, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and definitely spiritually. You just feel this, your whole life just goes from like a black and white, kind of like the Wizard of Oz when they start off in a black and white world, and then you go to Oz and there's this wonder and bright colors, and it's just a whole new world. We're about to break into song. And then you have the hammer. And this says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation. That's what I was thinking of, that interrogation room with the 4 mirrors, right? Repetitive, persistent, working on it. And I love this, that you like surrender the hammer. You feel like I no longer have to work at something to become something. I don't have to rebuild something. It's like you let go of this. I'm working on me. I'm becoming something better. You just realize that this is a character that you're playing, and it's like an avatar in a game. When you play it, it has its strength, it has its challenges, its weaknesses, it has its little journey, it has its little levels that you achieve and you move through and you experience and you go through all that. But instead of being so consumed where you feel like you're wearing these, virtual glasses, like you're living that, you realize that you're not that, avatar. You're just, that's the, piece that you're playing in the game, but you're actually this higher being and connecting with that. So you don't feel, so dark and, in this game, you feel you have a goal. You have to become, I have to get to the next level. I have to get to the next level. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. And everyone has an opinion on how you're supposed to play that game. But when you realize that you're not that, and that you connect to your higher self, that doesn't need to become anything else, because it is perfect, it is powerful, it's eternal, it's supernatural. Just as it is, it's beautiful and perfect. And so when you realize and connect to yourself on that, and then you go, oh, that's right, this is just a game, then you can go play the game in however you want, instead of, trying to get to the next level. I'm going to go explore and run around. And like, what are you doing? Why aren't you in the battle, to get to the next level? You're like, I'm going to go over here and check out this cave. What's in this cave over here? Oh, look, treasure. And sometimes that happens, right? A lot of game makers have all these hidden treasures everywhere within levels that if you just focus on getting to the next level, you miss out on so much that helps you in the next level, So I love this, that this hammer is, you're letting go of the hammer. You're surrendering and knowing that I don't have to work at becoming something else. I am something else. And so it's just remembering who you are and connecting to that. Beautiful. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Everyday Tarot, and just to see what else the creator wants you to know about this 3-month period. This is amazing, though, especially, I'm an Aquarian, and I'm not putting my energy in here. I'm just watching it as it unfolds, but I am loving this, that I get to experience this along with you. All right, creator, what else do you want all our Aquarians to know about this next 3-month period? Love adventure. Okay. And that one. Okay. Yep. So Queen of Swords. So here's that sword. She's holding that Queen of Sword. And this is beautiful because, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And she's toward the end of the suit. So she's been through a lot. She's experienced a lot. And so she's pretty wise. She's also the divine feminine. And she's, of course, sitting on a throne here of cups, which cups in the suit, in the tarot, is emotions. And so she definitely understands the importance of balancing all our logic and beliefs and expectations with the emotions, with the soul, with connecting at that deeper level. And so she has her sword, so she knows she has the ability to cut away old things that no longer serve her. And then I love that she has her hand extended, which means she's open to new thoughts and new beliefs, as they come into life. Yep. And then you have the Empress, some more divine feminine energy. And so she's pregnant, which means new birth. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So she's very much about love. She's the holder and bringer of unconditional love, onto the planet, because she feels everyone here is her child. And so she brings that love. What I also love about this card is that it has this star and this vessel, which is water bearers, Aquarians. And actually the star card in the major arcana is representing Aquarius. So it's bringers of hope. And as water bearers, we're the ones that, we have the vase that we bring. And in that vase, it's like the Ace of Cups. It's the chalice. It's the Holy Grail. And what's in there is the living waters. And that living waters are the essence of the unconditional love of the Creator. So it's all about this love that we're bringing. And, again, coming back to this beautiful imagery of that you have your own unique way to bring that unconditional love to the world. How are you going to express the unconditional love to the world in your own way that you are passionate about, that you're excited about? Not, well, I'm a spiritual being, and so this is how I'm supposed to, bring the love to the world, through this. And you're like, it becomes work, instead of like, you know what, I'm going to express love through my art. I'm going to express love through my music. I'm going to express art through how I am a supervisor to people, or whatever it might be. You can do anything and express unconditional love in your own unique way through it. So you are not limited. Definitely not. Yeah, all this feminine energy, I love it. Because here's the Queen of Wands. And wands are your fire energy, your fire element. So your drive, your ambition, your passion, and the spark. And she holds the Ace of Wands. And then also it represents spirit. Wands for me is that fire energy. So that's our spiritual energy. And so definitely this is about, see, her hair is like fire because she's passionate about what she wants to do. So definitely connecting to your divine feminine side. And we all have divine masculine, divine feminine within us. But this is definitely, the divine masculine is a lot about power and manifestation and movement and action. Whereas all this beautiful, even here, we have this beautiful divine feminine is about allowing to receive, connecting to our heart, nurturing ourselves and filling that ourselves up with love. And then the Empress being the mother, helping others connect to their love by loving them, because you can't change anyone else. You can't change anyone from the outside in. The only time we change is from the inside out. And that's when the heart changes. When our heart changes and our heart gets full of unconditional love, that's what changes our world, changes how we do things, right? And so that is what, I just love that. And then we're almost done. I got Guardian Angel deck here. And so we're just going to see what your guardian angels have to say to you. Okay, there we go. I love showing this because as you connect to your higher self, you realize that you are so loved from the other side. There's a large, just myriad of beings, just a large crowd that is gathered around you. And they're all beings of unconditional love and light, you know, creator, spirit, guardian angels and spirit guides, loved ones you lived with in this lifetime that have gone to the other side, ancestors. It's just unending. And so I love this because this is the message from your guardian angel, and that you're never, ever alone. Positive change. Dare to be different. When you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime, yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. So, exactly what we were talking about. So they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. People will criticize you no matter what you do. You're never going to please everyone all the time. In fact, one of my biggest experiences of my life was when I first tried to grow a goatee. I think I was like maybe 19, so the hair wasn't coming in fully like it was, but I wanted to grow a goatee. And in the matter of a day, everyone I ran into had an opinion on my facial hair. Some said, oh, I love you. I mean, I like you much better with a clean-shaven face. Other people are like, oh, that's cool, but you should have like a full beard. Or, you know, not the goatee, but grow a mustache. Other people are like, oh, no, don't do all that. Just grow long sideburns. You know, everyone had this opinion on my facial hair. And I realized then I could only please one of them. Everyone else had a different opinion on what it should be, and they were all very different. And I decided, well, if I'm not going to please, 4 out of 5, why don't I just not please, 5 out of 5 and please myself and do what I want? All right. And then last thing I'm going to pull from these from the heart affirmations. But we've got this white crystal quartz heart, and I'm going to put that over here because that helps bring clarity to our past. And as you do connect more to this unconditional love and to our higher self, we understand more about how these things in our life happened for us. They didn't happen to us, and we understand the amazing awarenesses that it brings for us. So let that energy flow into your past and help bring that amazing awareness and wisdom. Right, Creator, what's your final messages here for our beautiful Aquarians? Boom, boom, boom. There we are. I awaken the limitless love within me. I am abundant. So here we go. The limitless love that's within us. We are awakening that. And then we have, I release fear of the unknown. I can move forward with energy and enthusiasm or passion, right? So that is this fear, all these fear-based things. We like even talked about fearing the unknown in one of these. We don't have to fear that anymore because we know we get to decide what anything means. We are the ones that apply the story to whatever happens. So whatever comes from the future and the unknown, it doesn't matter because I get to put the story to it. I have that power. And then finally, it's my mind creates a reflection of my physical world. I am at peace. And that's exactly what you're talking about, right? With we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And so we have this beautiful transformation, like it talked about with that snake energy, from seeing the world as chaos to seeing the world as full of love and peace. So I am so excited to live this along with you over these next 3 months. And just know, as you go through each and every day, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. If you do want to check out the Aquarian reading of the other Timeless Love Adventure reading, there's links that'll be up here or down here to the playlist. If you want to go check that out, that'll be there. But until next time, just know that I love you, and I'm definitely will be talking to you very soon. You take care.